Hey, we're live from STS Studios in Jonesboro, Arkansas for conversations. We're going to talk for 20 minutes with, it's the Memphis Mauler this time, Alan Steele. How the hell are you, Alan?
I'm good, BT. How's it going?
Going good, going good. The last time me and you talked, you were all that Alan Steele, and it was, you joined 3 years ago. You joined us 3 years ago. If y'all want to listen to that and you're listening to the audio version, go to the notes on pod. This is an iTunes or any other podcast. 3 years ago, we talked to Alan. Alan, we're gonna do you the same way we did Austin Lane last week, and where we do the roundtable format. You know, me and Rhino JB, we actually grade the show. I know you've
Right.
heard a couple episodes at least, and
Hmm.
I know because I called you old, and you made sure I knew you heard that loud and
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah. Yeah. You
uh,
didn't say it just once either. You kind of beat it to the death. No,
uh,
just it doesn't bother me the least.
well, you know, I really, I feel like it was a change of character. You at Power Pro, and I've been a fan. I've been watching you wrestle for years. The Power Pro character and the character that we are now, you could be that same guy, but you're not, and that's a good thing. That is really a good thing. We do that round table format where we do the hits, the misses, the MVP. What do you look forward to, and thumbs up and thumbs down. So, what I'm going to ask you, we got 11 weeks of
Hmm.
championship wrestling from Memphis, and I'm gonna let you tell me overall. You'll tell me your hits and misses and so forth. So let's start with the hits. What do you think's been the hits of the the new version of Memphis wrestling?
Um, I guess to me, probably the biggest hit is the fact that Memphis has a local wrestling promotion on television again. That's got to be the biggest hit to me. Besides that, I mean, obviously anything that Johnny Dotson and I are involved in has got to be a hit. Um, I know I heard Austin Lane, which that my little avatar picture up there is kind of for Austin Lane because I know how much he highly thinks
Yeah,
of.
he loves Jerry Lynn. That's Jerry Lynn, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's Jerry Lynn. I was giving him some Alan Steele yoga lessons back in the day.
yeah.
But I would say, like I said, just having that on television, some of the angles or storylines or whatever that have been pretty strong. I agree that the tag team division has definitely kind of stuck out on all the episodes, um, and I just I think it's baby steps. You got different levels of experience, throughout the locker room and the roster, and I just think that it's to me I'm going to watch wrestling if it's on TV, unless it's just god awful. So with it being, and trust me, even if I'm on it, if it's bad, I won't watch. Uh, so I think the show overall is a hit. The difference in the crowd from the two buildings, the new building, the Wrestle
I
Center,
can't wait. I've been
man.
hearing all kinds of stuff. We're talking about not this upcoming weekend, but the next weekend. We're even going to have Dustin on rolling into Memphis. I have heard it's deafening, it's loud. It reminds you of the old time Memphis wrestling. And I may be incorrect here, but before Power Pro would start up, you ought to have someone out there to fire up the crowd, right?
Well, yeah, you kind of give them the speech of, "Hey, don't put your hands on the wrestlers. Don't throw
Mhm.
anything at the wrestlers. If you got to go to the bathroom, go now. We don't want you walking in front of the camera. And when the cameras start, then yeah, we make as much noise as you can. And it's funny. You really don't have to say that because people know that they're going to see themselves on TV later, and they
Right,
want to
right.
act up. Everybody's a ham when that camera turns towards them, so they everybody wants to be their own superstar. So they cut up, and I can honestly tell you there were some interviews at the desk, which is a cool thing too that we couldn't
Oh
do
yeah, oh yeah.
at the little ballroom or banquet hall. And you literally can't standing next to Johnny Dodson, and I can't hear him, and our shoulders are touching each other because the crowd
Oh
is
wow.
screaming and they're booing and they're yelling, and man, it's the atmosphere is so much better, and we're obviously grateful to Top of the Line for allowing us to do first two or three tapings there. I mean, he wanted to get started, and the building just wasn't accessible yet. So now that it is, I think BT, I think you're really gonna like it. It's
I
not gonna
can't
be
wait,
as
man.
big.
I just can't.
It's not
I'm just like I feel like BT in high school when I was watching Memphis Wrestling every day, week. I mean, I really do. I said something on Twitter about, well, I need to get up early and watch cartoons before Memphis Wrestling comes on, and I I've said this. It's almost like a 12-week thing. I want to see improvement. I want to see improvement. But I think week 13 is going to blow me away. Everybody, not one person has said, "Man, that looks shitty." You know what I'm saying? No one has
well,
said, "Man, that's look bad." They just and
right.
this is all. I talk to people all the time, so it's pretty exciting to see it.
Yeah, if they tell you that, they're lying, and you'll of course you'll have your own opinion, and it's like ice cream. Everybody's got their flavor, but I think that you'll see the difference. Just I mean, the fact that we've got a desk and a backdrop for Dustin and Maria,
I love
uh,
that. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
a different like the ring. We're not using somebody else's ring. It's the ring with
And
new
it's a blue.
skirts,
It's a
new
blue.
everything.
It's blue, right? The mat. Am
It's
I? I'm so picky for that shit. So it's just
I
like,
know you wanted blue, and you're gonna think somebody gave birth to a Smurf. There's blue everywhere. It'll be perfect for you if you
I
like
either
blue.
want a blue mat or a
Yeah,
green, and green goes back to All Japan when I was growing up. They had a green one, and
gotcha.
that's the only colors I want to see. All right, let's get misses. What do you think y'all missed out on? Is there some things that you said? Mainly I get real picky on my misses. I'll say something about why didn't you show this? Why didn't you do that? The camera angles,
Hmm.
things like that. What do you think was the misses so far?
Um, I've seen a couple of important things missed by the camera crew, which I know you've said on your Rolling into Memphis podcast. I've seen that, and like there's a couple of them that made me want to just run up and slap the camera guy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, we had actually it was you could tell. I think you'd be able to tell the regular crew that's there. Now these guys film the Grizzlies games. They do stuff with the Redbirds. These are professional, camera people. Well, the episode that you've probably seen with the misses was fill-in guys, and I'm not saying they're lower quality or whatever, but the other crew is the ones we've had since the jump, so they're kind
Right.
of used to, you know what I mean. This was a I don't want to say this is substitute. They were fill in the other guys. These guys, the normal guys, had to do a Grizzlies game, so these guys came and filmed the wrestling, and they missed a couple things that were important. I think it was I think maybe the DDT, in one match, and I mean, it was just a couple things. Those were the big misses. We've had some uncomfortableness, I guess you could say, between some of the wrestlers.
That's yeah. It is one of those things, and you. That's a good word. Mine is just hesitation.
Yeah.
And I think they're getting better as time goes there because they're on television. But there is some
Yeah.
hesitation with everyone that I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch some of your stuff when you were younger. But I
Oh yeah, you'll
always
see some misses then.
but you know what? Nostalgia. I always say you and Derrick were, two best on that crew. Blah blah blah. And but the idea is that they're live on television,
Yeah.
live to tape, and I think the hesitation was there. And I know a couple of them that I've yelled and screamed, "Don't hesitate!" Things like I get so picky, but things like hot tags and stuff that they're missing out on.
Hmm.
A
Right.
hot tag is, boom, boom, boom. That's what I think when I say hot tag. I think boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. And I want to
Yep.
see that. I want to see all those guys bumping. I want to see all of it happening. And
Right.
it gets the crowd into it. And I mean, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson will tell you they sat on the side of the ring just waiting for that spot ever who was going to get it. And usually
Hmm.
Ricky took all the heat and Robert got the
Absolutely.
hot tag. But that's
Yeah.
what they're looking for. Tell me something. So MVP, who do you think's who's really shined? I mean, besides Johnny Dotson and Alan Steele, but
You took
who?
my answer.
All right, who has shined? You said something about the tag team division, but overall, who do you think's really shined? Kind of surprised you and said, "Oh wow, these guys are fun to watch," or "This guy's fun to watch."
Well, I tell you, Mike Anthony, which is a friend of mine. I helped break him in to the wrestling business as well. And I knew he was good. I didn't realize he had kind of. The last time I saw Mike, my dogs agree apparently.
How's
The
he?
last time I saw Mike was a few years ago, and when he walked in to the Championship Wrestling Memphis, he looked like a totally different guy. You know what I mean? He really
Right.
he got super dedicated on diet, nutrition, and training. And he walked in and he looked like he's ready to go out on the stage and compete. And his intensity's there. Of course, he's got that voice, and he just sticks out in the crowd. Um, but I mean, honestly, man, the tag team division. I'm a big tag team wrestling fan because I've had a lot of tag team partners in my day. But the young goats, everybody likes the young goats, and they're extremely impressive to me. Um, I see little things due to inexperience
Oh yeah, me
that can be
too.
tweaked and improved on.
Yeah, yeah.
But I tell you, man, those Russell twins, those
Oh,
guys, I know you're a fan of them too. Those guys are special, I think. And I don't know if anybody's told you this, but those guys haven't been wrestling even a year yet.
that's
Um,
scary. That's scary.
they,
The two main twins. I said you guys, y'all got y'all's young bucks right there in the sense that
yeah,
they do all that stuff, and
yeah,
somebody that we talk of tag teams is the Skimahorns, who the first couple of times I seen those guys, and
hmm
I had to realize they were also called the Mercury Brothers at one time.
yeah,
I was not impressed, but I think because they're not flashy in the sense that
hmm
they're just solid, just a solid team. They can pretty much work with anyone. Hey, they had to work the posse, so what the hell? No, I'm just kidding, guys.
That's a handicap match there.
But yeah, this the tag team. I'll agree 100%. It's a tag team
Yeah.
division, and being a Memphis wrestling fan growing up, that was a big deal. Moondogs, Fabs, even the Rock and Roll
Oh,
Express was here, and sheep herders, you name it.
absolutely.
And then when I was managing, I managed, tag teams, and I loved it. I loved the tag team psychology. I love
Yep.
putting together the match at the front or the end, or let's do this in the middle kind of thing. And I just love that kind of stuff. So that's one. But y'all do have so much. In the sense, there's so many teams. Here's something weird. There's so many teams there that I don't believe I'm saying this, but you may actually have to cut teams so that you can
hmm
concentrate on some of the others and give them some experience. But yeah, big young goats fan. I like both guys, but I think Zay
hmm
Washington might be a future champion for you guys. He just has something there. He has the it factor. So all right, what are you looking forward to? I know you put over what was going on coming up on the not this Saturday but next Saturday with the new building. But what are you looking forward to? In the future for Championship Wrestling for Memphis. You ready to go live? You ready to go to some live shows? Bring it here to Jonesboro and things
Oh,
like that, or what you looking forward to?
absolutely. I'm looking forward. See, I'll tell you, man, this is the last thing I had on my bucket list. I've been doing this for 23 years now, and I've wrestled for every big company, right? Maybe not full time, but I've been on WWE multiple times. I did WCW,
Right.
did TNA. Never was on TV there, but I was on the other two. The last thing that I wanted to accomplish was to get something back in Memphis. And I'm not taking credit for this. I don't want it to sound that way. This is definitely a Dustin Starr project. But this is the last thing as far as if I had a goal, I wanted to have something to be proud of that is Memphis wrestling, not just wrestling on TV in Memphis, but something with Memphis guys, with that Memphis flavor. And a lot of old school fans will say, this isn't Memphis wrestling.
I don't want to
Well,
hear that. So
yeah, I
I
mean,
just hate it.
it has to change, it has to adapt, it has to morph with time. If the wheel ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, all the wheels get new tires put on them, and they get polished up a little bit. So the wheel does change.
And Alan, I
So
hate to tell you this, and I hate that I'm fixing to say this. I'm fixing it. I'm from the South, so I'm always
yes,
fixing to
sir.
say it. But me and you get old
Yeah,
and
man.
we age,
Yeah.
And we have to be replaced by some people doing things, and that's what
Yep.
that's what y'all are doing. And I love what you're saying. Hey, I'm going to bring in. I'm helping these. Pretty much. Hey, I'm helping these new guys. I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
almost called you old guy again.
Yeah. I'm used to it now.
But love love the idea of. And I've said this. I believe that was one of the reasons that Memphis Wrestling died. There was no passing of the torch. If you can figure out someone else that may have been as over as Jeff Jarrett or Brian Christopher. That's a long time ago. That was the last two guys that were over. Maybe PG-13, and then that was one of those things that you guys, you can play the pissed off heel coming in and being mad at everybody because they didn't include you. But then when it's time for you to say, well, I'm not going to wrestle as much anymore, then you can put your hand in. We talked about the psychology and so forth and so on, and you can help with the training and stuff. I just had a question come out because you just said I was with everybody. So you did TV for NEW, you did TV for Power Pro, you did TV, you've done now you're doing this. Why does Alan still get along with everybody?
It's funny.
I wonder that because I'm one of those guys. I got one guy I got heat with. I think I can, I can usually get, even though people don't like me sometimes, they'll be nice to me. So I can get along with anybody. But what is the deal? I mean, why Alan Steele?
Well, I honestly, I think it's I was raised to treat people how you want to be treated. Now, with that being said, I got a lot of my mentor Bill Dundee in me. If you don't want the answer, don't ask the question. So,
right.
And I'm firm, but I'm fair, and I don't sugarcoat. And the guys know that. So if they come to me and ask me, "Hey, how'd my stuff look?" I'll say, "You want me to be nice? You want me to tell the truth?" And a lot of these young guys haven't been around me much, so they haven't seen the side of me that's coming. So
right. Well, that's one of the things, and one of the things I hated the most backstage when I would be backstage and I'd come when I was doing wrestling, right, is that some of the young guys would say, "Hey, why don't you watch my match? Tell me blah blah blah," and they would say when they came back, I'd say, "Look, here's what you did. You shouldn't have cut him off." Blah blah blah. Oh, I know.
Then why'd you do it?
Why the hell did you do it?
Right.
Yeah, I was real quick. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I give it a thumbs up. There's been some thumbs in the middle and a little, hiccups here and there. I give it a thumbs up because, like I said, this is the last thing on my list, man. And so I'm trying to give it all I got to make it go as far as it can. And then when it's, time for the boots to go up, then they go. And then I can look back and go, well, I kind of had a part in that. So I give it a thumbs up, and I hope it's going to be a thumbs way up, in the going forward. So once we start getting in some house shows, for lack of a better term, go do maybe come over to Jones Boogie and do something over there, and maybe down in Mississippi a little bit, get us a little small baby territory going where we can hit 2 or 3 good spots a month and still do the television show. And we got the wrestling school starting tomorrow, and I'm one of the trainers there, so we got 3 students already. And then we'll get to meet them tomorrow. We haven't met them yet. So, yeah, man, progress. And I'm in my mid 40s now. And so, I just want to do this until I just wake up and go, hell, I can't no more.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's it. That's you gotta give back. So, hey guys, what we're going to do is we're fixing to cut the live feed. This will be, we always try 20 minutes. Then I'm coming back with Alan and ask a couple more questions for the Patreon version. All episodes, Memphis and May, guys, $3, and we're giving away a bunch of stuff. So same time, same bat channel, same bat time, on the best little wrestling podcast in the business. I can't even do my catchphrase today. Be there. And as everyone knows, and Alan knows if he's listening, I love my mama.